Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the tangle Fanella from Cyndi Knapp. This came out recently on tanglepatterns.com. And as I was looking through, I'm going, I just like that. It's nice to have, different categories for tangles, because there's a lot of them that are sweeping, beautiful curves and things like that, and I like to have things that are nice and kind of jagged to go with them. And this can look delicate, or not. It just depends on how you do it. All right, and I'm just going to go straight across, and starts out with a big as you want it to be, zigzag. Ooh, look at it evened up. Which pen am I using? Oh no, this is okay. This is a good one. It's felt like a new one, but then at that first stroke there, I was like, well, wait a minute. I have one that I've kind of bent the tip on, the nib anyway. I save those for fill in, and I try to like write on the cap, so that way it's like, okay, if I'm just having to color, but might as well use the ink, right? Okay. So once you have your zigzag set, however you want it, then we're going to do just little curve lines in the base, towards the tip and on both sides. And of course, you can have these. Oh, let's make this like go. There we go. As big as you want. I mean, you want them kind of by the tip, but you can play with that. All right, then, and I'm just going to do one side at a time. And actually, I found I'm going to work towards me on the bottom, because what was neat about this, let's see. Yeah, I did an okay job of, in my step out anyway, of having these lines, like if there was an invisible line right here, and just eyeballing it and have it come down and be about even. And then, and I start with one in the center, and then she has doing five. So one in the center and then two on each side. And because I was doing them up, and the issue I think I was having was, well, I don't know. Because I'm like, well, my hand was in the way, or the pen was in the way. It's like, no, but it's just as much in the way down here, so that's not an excuse. I have to come up with another one. Just give me time. Give me time. But I don't know. And maybe it's just something about drawing it towards me. And I'm going to get this edge. We're going to pretend like that is a center. And just having them fan out. This one I'll have it go this way. Here's the thing. Everybody draw however it's comfortable for you. If you're drawing and you're like, this just doesn't feel right, then, stop for a minute, think, okay, what's bothering you? What's bothering the pen? What's bothering the hand? And then just switch your position, and and it'll figure itself out. Because what we want is, number one, for you to have fun, and then two, we want to keep that hand comfortable, because this is supposed to be relaxing, and it is. But if your hand is going, oh, this, if something is saying I don't like this, then that means something is not comfortable. All right. This is pretty much it, except that you can play then. It's kind of neat. I mean, they look like rays of sunshine. I mean, besides being, a fan, there's a lot of different ways you can take this. Now, in the last box in Cyndi's step out, and you'll see that in the description section of this video, I always do my own version of the step out, and then I link to the creator of the tangle, so you will see that in the description section. That's the first two links, and so you could decorate this however you might want to. And I was playing with it. I was like, and in my version of the step out, I'm like, and which did I like best? I don't know. I think I liked best, and I'm just going to start with just aura-ing, and so doing some extra curve lines here. These will go off the page. But that's what's fun too, is that you get to play with it however you want. And what I usually do first is if there's a place where that I didn't really like, then that's where I go first and say, well, how can I play with this and make it more to my liking? And we see. And I think, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna fill these in, except for the center. We're gonna add some shine in there, and I'm gonna alternate them like so. The bottom, well, I guess I could kind of get that in the bottom there. I like that, adding the shine. It looks so neat. A lot of times I start in the center and do a little scribble, but this, because it's so small, I don't really need to. And it doesn't matter if you have odd numbers. I'm starting at the top, so that way at least that part is consistent. And then this little half. Let's see. And the other thing that I liked that she did as a variation was to put little balls on the end, so little orbs, or well, it's more than a dot. And if I felt like it, I could grab a bigger pen, a pen with a bigger nib, and just go and press like that, just pressing a dot in. That works really, really well. Versus doing this where you're like doing little circle, but either way. Okay, I just think that looks. Ooh, and I had another thought. What I'm gonna do like a little uh, bead line ish in these, and let's see, maybe I'll spread some out. And if you don't know, like you're probably like, what is she talking about? Beadline is a tangle, and it's just you just have your pen go however it wants to go, and then little groupings of three um, beads, just like this, spread out. It really has a neat look. This you don't have to do. I think this just occurred to me. It's like, ooh, that's kind of neat. It looks kind of like an abacus. Well, since I'm now putting them on all the lines, I wasn't going to do that, and then I've now apparently decided that's what I'm doing, and it adds a little extra something. It is so neat how just a little something like that. This looks cool. All right, then let's see. Whoops, how could we do? Well, of course we can do some shading. Let's do this. I'm going to go on the inside here of this one. And I've got like 12 tortillons sitting out here, all that have colors on them. Well, we'll see. If this adds color, it adds color. Except I want to go over that a little bit. There's something about when and maybe it's just me. There we go. That kind of helps. When I have something that has lines in it and I do shading and the shading only goes to that line, then it doesn't look like, in my mind, it doesn't look like shading anymore. It looks like I've just colored in that one section. And like I said, it could just be my eyes. But I remember it happening not too long ago, and I'm like, wait, what? That's weird. And then too, so and I'm coming out like this because I like it to be a little varied, kind of like the scribble in there. Oops, and I could have, while I was already over here, I was trying to do this so I wasn't spinning the tile 100 times. Mm-hmm. And I see the other side. And I'm thinking Well, we'll see when I get these two done. I like it to be darker in that center so it looks maybe a little bit wavy, but we'll see. I can always, oh yeah, I'm going to need to do something. I can always go and add some more graphite just in the center to give it a, yeah, yes, let's do. And what I was aiming for is to have it kind of alternate. I probably just should have stuck with one or the other. And see, when I add more graphite, I'm not really bringing it out. I'm just like blending that bit into the gradient I already have, so it stays darkest. Let's see, that. See, that made look at the difference that made. Oh my goodness. Shading is such magic. Yeah, once you have that gradient built, then just little teeny, very little circular motions there, just so it's darkest right where you want it, without having graphite remorse. And honestly, I think sometimes it does take just a second go over just to make it happen. Just a little bit. Like I said, I'm just blending it so that way you don't see that harsh line. Look at how neat that is. And this is a neat one too. You don't have to on any of them. You don't have to do shading if you don't want to. It's fun. It adds life to it, but you don't have to do it. Huh. Yeah, that's cool. That is cool. All right. If you enjoyed this, and I hope that you did, excuse me, would love to have you click the like button. And while you're at it, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, would love to have you be a subscriber. I already mentioned the description section for step outs. Below that are ways to connect with me if you wish. The link to my website where you'll find, amongst a bunch of other things, the classes that I do. I teach almost twice weekly. It depends on the week. And a lot of them are free. The Thursday Tangle Times, always free. Mostly, or like 99% of the time, are on Thursday. Every once in a while, I have a schedule issue, and I just move it to a different date so that we don't go without our Tangle fix. And then there's the third Tuesday of the month. That's also a free one called Tough Tangle Tuesday. And it's generally as the title describes. The other ones are paid ones. But yeah, come check us out for free. And, see if you like us enough to pay for some of the extra stuff that we do on the little bit longer classes, a little bit, more project-y. It just depends. And both ways we have a lot of fun. Come and join us on Tangle Time on Thursday. We would love to have you. If you happen to be on Facebook, I have a link to my page, so I'd like to have you follow me there if you wish. And if you want to hang out with some fellow Tangle addicts, we'd love to have you there too. We have a private Facebook group. There are, I think it's like 3 questions to gain entry. And yeah, we'd love to have you. Join us. We have a lot of fun. All right, so with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.